What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the SwitchBot Curtain 3. This is a smart home accessory that attaches to any curtains to make them automatically open and close all on their own. Taking a look at some of the specs, this can push curtains up to 35 pounds, can be controlled 8 different ways including voice, watches, and more, has 8 months of battery life or unlimited with their solar panel attachment, and has a very quiet operation of less than 25 decibels. Taking a look inside the box, you have your user manual. You have these beads here, which is something you may or may not need depending on your curtain setup. If you have an expandable curtain rod, this is also something they include in case you have issues with that as well. You have your USB-C charging cable. You have the main unit itself. And then you have these two arms, which is what attaches onto this to make it hang onto your curtain rod. Taking a look at the product itself, the one I have here is made to work on a curtain rod, but if you have I-rail or U-rail curtains, they do have other models designed to work for that as well. So taking a look at the top, right here you have your little rollers, which is what is gonna glide on your curtain rod. You have 2 on each hook, and then you have another one right here in the middle. And basically this is spring loaded, so this will provide tension and squeeze against your curtain rod to make sure it's gliding properly at all times. At the bottom here you have your USB-C charging port. Then right here in back you have one button, and this is to pair the device with the Bluetooth app. Beside the curtain units, I also have a few other accessories as well. First off, we have the SwitchBot solar panels. As I said earlier, these units have 8 months of battery life on their own, but when you attach the solar panels, they'll automatically manage themselves and never have to be charged. Charging once a year isn't that bad, but I'd rather not charge at all, so I definitely recommend getting these as well. Up next, I have the SwitchBot Hub 2. This is basically the hub unit to control a lot of SwitchBot products. So on their own, these only have Bluetooth connectivity, but once you add in this hub, that's when they get Wi-Fi capabilities as well. So that gives you Alexa, Google, Siri, and a few other things as well. And then this also allows you to tie this to work with the whole SwitchBot ecosystem as well. And then last but not least, I have their SwitchBot remote. Yes, voice and app control are great, but depending on the situation, sometimes it's easier to just click a button, and that's where this is going to come in handy. These buttons can be programmed as well, which is something I'll go over later in this video. Alright, so as far as installation goes, overall a very quick and easy process. As I showed you earlier, it has these 2 tension rollers at the top, and that's what grabs onto the actual curtain rod. So you have 2 rollers here, another one here, and it just slides around like that. What I love about this is after you install them, there is no visibility of them. So on regular everyday usage and just in general, you're not going to see them. So it's basically an invisible installation. You get the upgrade of getting automatic curtains, but nothing techie or popping out to show you that they're actually there. So I got these curtains to install them in a larger window that I have in my kitchen, but right now we're fixing things up and it's a huge mess over there and I'm not really able to film over there. So for now, I installed it here on my son's window just so I can demonstrate everything and show you how it all works. So taking a look at the app, this is what you'll see here on the home screen. So right here I have the curtains, and once I click that, you have a few different options you can choose from. So you have open, close, and then you have an adjustable slider so you can open it partially to any percentage if you want as well. So let's go ahead and click open. And as you can see, opens up very smoothly and easily. And then the same thing, you just click close. As you can see, close very easily as well. It's not super silent, but it's also not super noisy as well. I'll put it somewhere around the noise of maybe like a house fan on medium. But overall, it's not loud enough to disturb anybody or cause attention to itself. And then, like I said, if you don't want to open it all the way, you could just put this example right there. And as you can see, it'll open only partially. Looking into the settings, you have a few different things you can do here. So right here, you have sync control. Right now I have 2 modules because there's 2 curtains. So if I wanted, I could also adjust them individually to just open one side
Honestly, if you have two, I think pretty much it makes sense to just have them both control at the same time. But maybe you have a really large window and you just want to open up one side of it, and that's where that sync control is going to make sense. Then you have a delay, you have a schedule, so you could have it close when it gets dark out or whatever time you want. Maybe early in the morning, you want to open it up to get some sunlight in the house. If you're scheduling it, that's where this here quiet control is going to come in handy, because when you put that on, it's much more quiet, but it also opens very slowly as well. So I think if you're just opening it for sunlight, that's where you would use that. Maybe it'll take a minute or two. Obviously, you want it as quiet as possible at that time. So that's where it'll be useful to use that quiet drift control. So beside controlling them with the app, I also have this button here. As I said earlier, this is programmable in the app. Right now I have it programmed how I think most people would do it. So one button is open, one button is closed. But if you want, you could put one button to be open, maybe 30% or whatever. The other one closed. You could put them maybe full open, 50% open. So there's a bunch of different ways you could program that to work. So very simple, just like the app, you just click the button and that'll open up the curtain. They do include a nice little cradle with the button as well. So you could just stick this onto the wall next to the curtain and have a nice little switch right there in the wall. Then you want to use the button elsewhere, you just take it off and use it that way. So very cool, nice little thing to have. You get this curtain, definitely recommend getting this as well. So beside the app and the controller, you can also control this with your Apple Watch, with a timer, light sensor, matter, or what they call touch and go. Touch and go, you basically tug on the curtain and it'll release and let you open it manually if you want to do it that way as well. So definitely cool to have all those different options so you can open them however you want. I think personally, I'll be using the app, the remote, and voice control the most. Besides adding more ways to control the curtains, the hub can also be programmed to do much more advanced things as well. For example, if it's too hot outside, it can automatically close your curtains, then signal your air conditioner to start cooling as well. So definitely another great device, especially if you want to dive deeper and really automate a whole lot more. Overall, this is definitely a great product that's very easy to use and set up as well. So if you happen to be looking to take your smart home to the next level, I would highly recommend this device here, which again is the SwitchBot Curtain 3. All right, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time.